Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to the finale of Reindeer Games, episode number 6. We're going to find out tonight who's walking home with a $100,000 Christmas gift. That's pretty sweet, doesn't it? And here we go. Let's start it off. Welcome to all y'all guys. We'll talk again here at the commercial. As some of you may recall, last night we lost someone who a lot of people cheered for. Yeah, Brittany is out the door. Coming down to the final four, Frankie, Nicole, Taylor, and Xavier. One of those four is going to finish it up tonight, and we will see who it is. All right, let's see here. So we're getting a little recap for yesterday. Isn't that amazing? They've been in here filming wise. It's been all right. We've watched it for over 2 weeks. For them, it's just 1 week at $100,000. So they're showing Taylor winning last night on an eating challenge. Props to her for winning that thing. All right. I see so many of y'all out here. I'm glad to see all y'all. This has been a fun little exercise here for the last couple of weeks. Maryland Southern High Cliff, happy finale night. Excited to see how it goes. Me too. Nicole got picked to be saved as well. Frankie very emotional with his winning, and it came down to Brittany versus Xavier. There's no good options once those two were competing. Of all the comps, I felt like they were pretty fair in this show, except for that comp swinging and knocking those blocks over. Xavier just had more weight, more length, everything you need to knock those things over. That is unfortunate. It is what it is, though. Still glad Brittany came back. We got to watch her for a little bit. All right, let's see. Mandela, I'm looking forward to this, as I am. Brian saying, who's going to win? I don't know. Y'all let me know. Who are you cheering for? I think maybe I'm cheering for Xavier. I'd like to see Xavier win, although a lot of people have said Frankie. He's the only one who hasn't won Big Brother. So for that reason alone, I'm okay with any of them winning is fine, but I'll save Xavier, and then Frankie maybe is another option. All right, and here we go. We're getting ready to find out how this is going to all work out. Marilyn saying, I just want Jeopardy to be over. I hate having it on, even though I don't pay attention to it. I watch a lot of Jeopardy. I love me some Jeopardy. I think we had Wheel of Fortune, though, before our show. It's different every place. All right, here we go. The Reindeer Games are here, and no order. It's a Christmas, an event like no other. It's a Christmas class, not a vote like Big Brother. Yeah, different kind of game, isn't it? Taylor and Frankie, which one will take 100K to the Panky? Panky? Hey, look, Nicole, they're wearing tracksuits that just remind me a little bit about Squid Game. That wasn't on purpose, was it? Surely not. All I need is numbers on front of that tracksuit, though. All right. Let's see a comment or two I'm going to talk about. We'll wait till a commercial, or maybe not. We'll see what's going on. Everyone doing their little kumbaya before. And here comes our elf, or our Mrs. Yes, is she Mrs. Claus? Is she an elf? Is she somewhere in between? She's sparkling, if nothing else. So we get Tiffany. We had Tiffany last night, and we've got her again tonight to wrap this thing up for us. And the first competition of the evening, a naughty and nice challenge. So at least it's starting the same way as the other episodes. You've earned your ticket to the Reindeer Games. One of you will be taking home $100,000. Hey, shout out to those on the Mountain and West Coast times who are here watching as well. 2 head-to-head semifinal matchups, which will determine the final showdown. So one final naughty and nice. So probably naughty and nice is the winner's going to get to pick who they go up against in one of the semifinal games. The winner of this will earn a huge advantage in the reindeer games. You know, some of this artwork would probably fit right in place in my house. So search the lodge, find the paintings on the wall, figure out which one is a forgery. Identify it, first person to identify it rings the bell and wins the advantage. So, how do you determine a forgery? There's certainly a lot of paintings suddenly in this house. Oh, Xavier saying he's been looking at these paintings. So, what makes a forgery? Ah, one that's not been here the whole time. I see. It's a lot of paintings. I hadn't really noticed how many were up in this house until this evening. Mona Blitzen versus Mona Vixen. All right, Xavier apparently has figured this out. That is pretty good observation. We had one competition where we had to luxury comp. We had to identify how many things had changed in the house. That came real close. I just didn't ring the bell as quick as Mickey did. He alone will get to decide the brackets for the tournament. So who does Xavier go up against? Nicole? Maybe? Not Frankie, right? It's either Nicole or Taylor. Oh, and the person will have a disadvantage of starting 30 seconds after Xavier. So whoever he picks has a major disadvantage as well to go up against. Who do you pick? Do you pick someone that you know you can beat so you advance to the final, which I think means Nicole? Or do you try to take out someone bigger, a bigger threat while you have that 30-second advantage, such as Frankie? I don't know. It depends. I don't know that he's going to know before he sees the competition, but that's the Joker in deck. He doesn't know what kind of comp it's going to be. I think you play it safe and just make sure you get to the final at this point. Seems like to me, but we'll see. So Taylor wanting Xavier to pick Frankie so that she can go up against Nicole. That's her easiest path. We'll see if that works or not. So he wants to not go against Taylor in the semifinal. Remember that those two are in an alliance, so he certainly would be just as most happy if the two of them get to face off in the final. So it just comes down to who he's going to pick. All right, let's look through a few of these comments real quick as we see in here. Brian said, who's going to win? I don't know. As I mentioned, Xavier may be my top choice. Hi, Cliff. Everyone in the chat. Merry Christmas to you. Lee is saying. Tim Cox as well. Hey, Cliff. I was glad to see you guys out here. Denise McCulley as well. Hi, Cliff. Hi, Denise. All right. Am I back out there, guys? I hope so. I think okay, I'm back out. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button in my desire to hit the up and down scrolling. I accidentally hit the right click. Oh well. All right. let's see. There was one I wanted to look at from Hi, I'm blank, 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 blank. Probably just as well you don't put your name down. Just wanted to say you helped me try to be on Big Brother. Now I'm in the casting process and I actually might make it on. You are the GOAT. See you on All Stars when we sit in the final two chairs. All right, random mysterious person. Congratulations. That's fantastic news. Be very careful. Don't reveal the information to anyone. You're doing it the right way by not telling us. But having said that, if you make it on the show, give me a shout out. That'd be so much fun. You know, we're all going to be cheering for you, right? You will have your number one. Well, your number one fans probably be sitting back home, your friends and family, but we're right there behind cheering you on. If you do make it on, holler at me. I'll give you a little insight, a little advice. My lips are always sealed. That's cool. And yeah, final two All Stars. Bring it on. I'm ready to go. That would be a lot of fun. All right, let's see here for the finale. Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Merry Christmas from Austin, Lori is saying. Hey, howdy, neighbor. Let's see. I keep hitting the wrong button. I'm going to have to change where my mouse is. Yeah, Austin. And Merry Christmas from the deep south as well. Yeah, it's not necessarily beginning to feel a lot like Christmas. Still a little warm outside down here. A little wet though, and all that. But anyway, all right. Let's see. I got a lot of howdies and Merry Christmases. I hope y'all have a fantastic Christmas. What a cool way to get our way into it, to get ready for it. We're almost there. Presents more or less taken care of. Our tree's been up for a while. Christmas lights are up. We're kind of in that end run now. We're just waiting for the reindeer and and Santa to make his appearance down the chimney, and a little hot cocoa and celebrate the evening and celebrate the actual true reason of Christmas as well. All right, let's see. Karen Loveland, I'm here but not home to watch reindeer games. I'm taping it. All right, well that's all right. I know some people watch it on replay, and that's what we do, replay as well. Chuckster saying, after tonight, what am I going to watch on TV? I've never had a problem finding things to watch on TV. Survivor's over. It wrapped pretty quick. When you have 3 hours, it's a quick wrap. All right, let's see how this is going to work out now that this show's back on. I'd like to see him pick Frankie. A good battle. Marilyn saying that would be, it'd be a great battle. And it helps him if he can beat Frankie with that 30-second advantage. It clears the way for him to win in the semi or in the final, I think. But you got to be a little gutsy. All right, he's going the easy route. He's taking Nicole. I can't argue with that choice. Sometimes you just want to get there. It is going to make, I think, for a much tougher final two. We'll see if it pays off or not. And then Frankie and Taylor in the other one. And I believe he also got to pick who went in the first semifinal as opposed to the second. So he and Nicole are going up first, and we shall see. Seeing all these names out here, guys. Man, that's going to be great. Brian Hoth there saying, are you doing a live on Christmas? I don't know, Brian. It's Monday. It's Christmas Day. Friends, not only me, but I don't want anyone else taking away too much from friends and family. So I'm not necessarily planning on it. We'll see though when Monday comes up. Just don't get upset if I'm not out here, and I'm not going to put out anything because I don't think we will. But who knows? We'll see what's going on. All right. So Xavier pointed out Nicole's won less than Taylor and Frankie, and that's why he wants to go against her. I think it's okay to say that you just feel like you can beat her more than others at this point in game. But Nicole pointing out that Josh maybe thought he had a chance against her as well, and somehow Nicole just keeps hanging around, right? Aquarius is saying Team Frankie. Of everyone playing this game, Frankie has probably done more to improve. Not that he was in a bad position before, but to really gain a lot of fans. I know a lot of people maybe weren't cheering for him at the beginning. I think he's got a lot more people cheering for him now. So yeah, I'm glad to see that he's been able to come in here and really do something a little different. All right, so here is the first competition. They made these sets look incredible. Win here and you'll advance to the final. So, which means whoever loses this one, they're gone. I don't know if they walk out the door at this point. We'll see. All right, each of them has a giant fixer nutcracker that's missing almost all the parts that have to be fixed. They're missing all its gears. All right, so they have to build with these gears from top to bottom. So when you turn the bottom wheel, it goes all the way to the top. So you turn it, and as a result, it then cracks the nut at the top. We've seen this before. Was this in 23 or I can't remember which set was it, 23 or 24? Someone had to turn these wheels. Maybe it was 23 with Derek. Was it Canada? Perhaps I think it may have been. For some reason, I remember Brittany D'Angelo maybe turning these, or Tiffany. I can't remember. Y'all tell me if y'all know, but I feel like we've seen this comp before in a regular season. All right, Brian's saying just like the clock from season 23. Okay, good. There you go. See, and I pay attention sometimes. It's like the comp with the bird with Michael. Yeah, all right. Thank you, Kennedy. I knew I'd seen this before somewhere. Anna is saying Nicole, Nicole, Nicole. All right, doors are opening up. Oh, I forgot. He also has a 30-second advantage over Nicole. And for those of you who may not be watching on TV, the screens are the boards that they have to work on are slightly slanted, so they can't look at each other's boards to see how this is going to work. I would like this challenge. I used to do things like this just for fun. I'm a gear kind of person, so yeah, if I'd seen this one, I would have immediately been jumping up and down and a very happy little elf. All right, so her 30 seconds are up. So now Nicole's building hers. I feel like maybe now it looks like Xavier is spacing his out, whereas Nicole maybe is starting on the bottom and working her way up. I almost feel like Nicole's approach maybe is a little bit nicer or a little bit easier. Because now, of course, the other thing, Xavier looks like he took all his big gears and put them. So now it's just a matter of putting the smaller gears in between to make it work. He certainly made a lot of progress. We don't know how much time has taken place on this. Nicole saying she's about 3/4 of the way through. She's having to stand on a ladder just to get up to the top. This is a big puzzle. It's probably about 10 foot or so from top to bottom. She's close. Well, she was close. They're both having to remove a lot of these gears and then put them back in. He just saying, let's go X. Anna Nicole, Nicole, Nicole. Oh, I keep thinking Nicole's. Frankie pointing out that she's got a gear that's basically not doing anything. And you got to figure Nicole, Taylor and Frankie, certainly I would think cheering for Nicole to win this thing so they don't have to go up against Xavier. Taylor may not be cheering out loud, but she's got to be hoping that she's facing off against Nicole rather than Xavier, right? I would be. All right, let's see. She thinks she's got it. Looks like Nicole's got it. It is squeezing. They're calling that chestnut. It looks like a giant pumpkin to me, but she did it. Nicole, don't ever underestimate Nicole. I'm guilty of it. Other people are. Nicole has won this thing. Xavier, close, but no cigar. Wow. All right. They could call that a little bit unexpected. The 30 seconds did not help Xavier. Wow. I don't know if it would have made a difference. I think Frankie probably would have been pretty good at this game as well. So maybe it doesn't really matter. But Nicole is our first one competing for $100,000 in the final. Who would have thunk it, right? Probably not a lot of people. Oh, what's Cody thinking? He cut her loose in All Stars. Well, now she's getting a little payback here by making it to the end. And Cody went out second from the first, right? Yeah, right after Cameron. Wow. As Dudley Lucky says, wow, I'm a little surprised. Annoy, you picked the right one. Good job. All right. Chris Lair saying, wow, got to be one of the biggest upsets in Big Brother history. Yeah, it's I would have picked Xavier. He's an attorney. He's got to be a logical thinker and all that, but and it looks like he's shutting it down right now. He heads out the door. All right, Xavier. Well, yeah, put up the good fight. He seems like he did a lot of competitions. He won that very first one, or he won the one against Cody to send Cody out the door. Just didn't work out this time. Ed saying, I've never liked Nicole in regular Big Brother, but I love her here. Yeah, it is funny. It seems like some folks who may not have the most fans in Big Brother regular have a little bit more here. Is it because it's a different game? Is it because you don't have live feeds and you aren't having to necessarily listen and watch these people 24 hours a day? Some of these people are a lot of fun in small amounts and not as much fun in big amounts. I don't know. But I get what you're saying. I absolutely do. Brenda Barton's saying, I don't want her to win. I say only because she's already won. At this point in time, I told y'all I was cheering for Xavier. I guess that didn't work out so well. So at this point, I think I'm probably cheering for Frankie because he is the person who hasn't won anything. It hasn't won Big Brother before, and the other two have. So from a money standpoint, a notoriety standpoint, let's let Frankie win this one. It's his time to shine a little bit. That would that'd be all right with me. We'll find out. Never underestimate Arrow's mom. Her family's got to be pretty happy, right? I'm sure they are. All right. I didn't want her to win because she's a toddler, Aster Boy said. Just because she's got a high pitched voice. It's funny because she was in All Stars. This whole argument between her and Janelle, it seems like Nicole is a very polarizing character. Some people really like her. Some people really don't like her. I'll say this, her first season, I was cheering for her. Second season, not as much because she'd already won, but she certainly makes her presence known when she's playing the game. All of them got money. Oh, Monty King, I'm sure all of them got a little bit of incentive to come play the game. That's just the way it works after you've been on once. A little bit of encouragement to get you to come back in. I don't know how much yet. I'm going to find it out one of these days. We'll see. But we'll find out. Marilyn Southern saying, yeah, X won his season. X won his season. Taylor won her season. Nicole won her season. And Frankie got to watch as Derek won his season because he was back on 16. So, yeah, maybe it's his time. We're going to find out soon enough. Marilyn Southern was saying Janelle was awful to Nicole, and I hated that for her. Lost points for Janelle then. I don't know all of the background, and some of it I've heard the rumors and things about that, and just some of the little snippy stuff that takes place. There are people when they get out of this show that are way too focused on what other people are saying about them outside the game. And I've had a few people say some things here and there about me, but more positive than not, which is always nice. But hey, it's a game. It's just a game. You don't need to be snippy with anyone when you get out. I try not to be with anyone. I have fun poking of people here or there, but some people just take it a little further than they probably need to. All right, here we go back. Let's find out. So now we're going to have the next competition. This is going to be between Frankie and Taylor. Now, this will be a good competition. These are two competitive people as well. Let's see. My guy 2019. I want Nicole to win more now since she beat Josh and Xavier. Yeah, good point. She's a giant killer in a lot of ways, right? She's certainly showing that she deserves to be here. In fact, at this point in time, the three left, all three have won comps, and no one's getting drug to this thing at this point in time. They all deserve absolutely to be here. All right. Oh, a slingshot game. Slingshots aren't my favorite competition. I cursed the day I had to do it in my win it and you're in it Final Four veto competition. It was tough. Not so much launching the slingshots, but having to chase down all the balls across our whole backyard when I did it. All right, so let's see what they're going to have to do. Next semifinal match. Mischievous elves causing mayhem. They must be apprehended. They have to listen to microphones or headphones. They're going to talk about 5 guilty elves. Now, for those of you who aren't seeing this on TV, it's a big wall filled with a bunch of pictures of elves, little cardboard squares. I don't know, maybe a foot by 2 foot or so. It's a big display, and it looks like there's probably 15 elves total. Yeah, 15 elves. If you knock down the wrong elf, you'll have to reset all of them. So the first player to knock down 5 guilty elves shooting a slingshot will win the next competition. But again, if you knock down the wrong one, either because you aimed wrong or you picked the wrong one, then you have to reset. You basically start all over again. You have to reset. And very similar to ours when we had different questions we had to answer. If we knocked down the wrong person during my season, you had to hit a button that would reset all of them and start all over again. I only had to reset once or twice. It was still hard. All right, and here we go. So they're both back listening with their headphones. Be on the lookout. Some have opened their presents early. They always carry their candy canes with them, the guilty ones. But not all candy cane members are guilty. 3 of the guilty elves were seen heading north on foot wearing green jackets and green bush. Source said in addition, there were 2 other guilty candy cane gang members who were both wearing green striped hats. So there you go. So we know some are wearing green hats, some are carrying candy canes, some are wearing green shoes. I don't remember now. So from that, you should be able to figure out which 5 fit those definitions. All right, we've got Taylor thinks that she knows them. She's taking down her first one. Frankie explaining that he thinks he knows the 5 as well. I think he knocked down the wrong one. Let's see. Maybe not. All right. Taylor knocked down the wrong one just by accident, so she's going to have to reset. All right. She got 1 down that she wanted. Frankie's got 2 down that he wanted. I like the fact they're competing head to head, as opposed to when I did this competition, it was a timed event. We didn't know how everyone else had done. I like when you absolutely know how the other person's doing next to you the whole time. All right, it's a little hard to tell who's in the lead at this point. They've got the aims figured out. It looks like Frankie only needs 1 more to go. And Taylor only has 1 elf left. All right, it's getting close, guys. He knocked down the wrong one. Frankie did. So he has to start all over again, which means all Taylor has to do is get the correct one. She did it. Taylor has won. It's going to be an all-female final, Taylor versus Nicole. Wow. Were you expecting that, to have Xavier and Frankie knocked out? Wow. All right, then. Call me surprised. It's the ladies in the final. Anna is saying, yep, Taylor wins. Monty King saying in the season already. Brian saying boo. Karen saying no. Yeah, I think there are a few of us that were cheering for Frankie. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a game. At the end of the day, it's a game, and they both deserve to be there. All right. So let's see what. So at this point in time now, you've gotten out the two strong guys. We'll see how this works out. Brian saying Nicole has the record for the most days in the house. Yeah, she's been there a long time, hadn't she? Yeah, it would be hard. I was in there 93 days. How long has she been there? So many seasons. And then does this count? I wonder, does this count as being in the house? I would say no, because you're not spending the night, because you have the communication outside. I think this is a different game. So I don't count that as being part of the Big Brother, but she still has the record. So we'll see. All right, David Mana saying, let's go, Nicole. My guy saying this is going to be a great final. Brian's team, Nicole. Kitchen Gadget Queens, I want Nicole to win. Brenda Barton saying, let's go, Taylor. So we got people cheering on both of them tonight. Yeah, okay. It's wow. I'm really surprised. I am. So, but here's the thing. Whoever wins this, you can't say they didn't deserve it. They fought through so many challenges and all of that. So it'll be all right. I kind of am disappointed that it's going to be someone who's already won, that gets a little bit more added on. The rich get richer, and the other ones not so much. But that's all right. All right, let's see what else we've got on here. Karen saying, I don't know who to go for with X-Con. Doreen Moore saying the best will win. That's the king. Yeah. As long as the competitions are fair, they don't seem slanted or biased, or biased against the guys, or helpful for the guys or whatever. Let them compete and play and see. All right, let's see. Denise saying, come on, Nicole, you can do it. Nicole beat both compies. Don't underestimate Nicole. Now, I'm trying to think, now that the competitions have been held, who would have picked what competition to do? I feel like Nicole, she may have picked the gears. I almost feel, I don't know, would Xavier have gone with the launching the slingshot instead, just because it seems like that could have been a little bit more of a physical competition. We didn't see them having to chase down the balls, so they've got a little easier than I did. But certainly a little bit of strength, a little bit of skill launching those balls, whereas the gears are a little bit more of a thinking competition. I don't know who would have picked which one. I think Taylor may have gone with the slingshot. I think she knew that maybe was her strength. Nicole may have gone with the gears after all. Frankie, I think Frankie may have gone with either one. He may have got the gears as well. Mosu said Xavier had a fumble strategy. I think he would have done better in the second one. Yeah, I think you could be right. I think he would have done well in the second comp, but they didn't know ahead of time. The question still to me is, they're here to win $100,000. You're not here to come in second place, right? So in a lot of ways, I still think doing anything possible to set you up with the easiest victory in a final two is maybe where you want to go, which still tells me that maybe him picking Frankie in that first comp and forcing Frankie to have a 30-second penalty would have worked to Xavier's advantage. I feel like Xavier and Frankie to some degree had some of the same strengths and weaknesses. So if he had 30-second head start, he maybe could have knocked Frankie out and then gone up. As it turns out, he probably would have been going up against Taylor, which is what Xavier wanted anyway. But having said that, I understand why he did what he did. It was a little bit like during our season, that whole Tommy versus Holly, who do you send home? Sending Holly out would have given us a little bit better chance of getting second and third, but much less chance of winning the thing. That's what we were trying to do. We were trying to set up a final three of Nicole and myself and Holly, because we thought that was really just almost our only chance for one of us to be able to win the whole thing. Didn't work out, but we were shooting for all the marbles at that point in time. All right, let's see. Tommy Braskett saying they didn't get to pick the game they played. No, they didn't know ahead of time. It would have been a little more advantageous if they'd known, but I'm okay that they had to make a few random picks as well. You don't want to give Xavier too many advantages on this thing. Astro Boy saying X could have beat Xavier could beat Taylor with the gears. You're probably right, but I don't know. We'll never know, right? All right. So this is it. So here come the Santa's earlier contestants. They're back. I'm glad they got to come back and watched and finish this thing up. Which means they've been sitting, not in sequester, but sitting in a hotel for the last 6 days waiting for this to wrap up. No voting this season. It's just a straight up competition. Brian saying, I'm surprised ratings are so low for the reindeer games. Yeah, I am too a little bit, but it's holiday filler. I'm not sure if they were looking for massive numbers or anything else. Tough comps, winner definitely will deserve it. Just not my choice, LOL. Karen Berkeley saying, yeah, I think a lot of us are probably saying the same thing. And the big man's in town. And we're not talking about Mr. B either. Santa's here, give him $100,000. Guessing Santa Claus doesn't give out a whole lot of $100,000 checks for Christmas, right? Certainly not at my house. Yeah, and Brittany calling out Santa, saying he made everyone act a little less than nice, maybe. So here come the two players who were eliminated. Oh, because they don't know. I didn't even realize that. Didn't even realize that Taylor and Nicole weren't there, or Frankie and Xavier. They're going to be shocked. All right. Let's see what their thinking is. Brittany's look on her face probably says it for everyone. Yeah, every bit as shocked as you would expect. They're all surprised. Cameron's surprised. Josh, obviously, in shock. And so here come the final two. I love their look. Tommy's saying, yeah, I agree, Tommy. That's pretty funny. And then Noe's saying, love Frankie's entrance. I'd expect nothing less from Frankie, right? Make an entrance whatever you're doing. Got a friend that does that as well by the name of Tommy Bracco. So yeah, I understand that. Tina saying, love seeing Cameron. Cameron went out pretty quick, but I'm glad he got to do it, right? It's just being there is pretty cool. Holy snowball. I was in the hospital 7 years ago. In my room, looked over the front door. I saw Santa near the hospital. I was on strong pain. I took a picture to show others. There you go, Karen. That's pretty cool. I'm sure he was there. Lots of people check on in the hospital, right? All right, they have to build a Christmas tree and then procure the magic mistletoe, the ancient antlers. So these are artifacts they're looking for those of you who aren't watching. It's a tough competition. So they have to set 32 snowflakes. So it's a multi-competition. You've got to build a Christmas tree that's a puzzle type. You've got to balance out these You've got to balance out these snowflakes, basically a balancing thing that we see in a lot of competitions. And then the antlers I missed, we'll watch it as they go. Brian's saying they did cake on season 16. I hope that's cake, right? I had to look at the word cake just to make sure. I'd hope it wasn't anything else. Well, these are some tough comps. Yeah, I agree, Karen. They're going to earn it. Building the tree, height may be a little advantage, which would give Taylor the advantage. But I don't see any that are just outright going to benefit one or the other. All right. So first thing they're doing, they're going to start building their Christmas tree. Star shapes that they lay flat. And what they do is they build these things. I guess I say puzzle. It's not really a puzzle so much as stacking it in order to create steps or stairs, because they have to reach to be able to climb this tree to grab the mistletoe at the top. So stack it however you want. Just make sure that you can climb to the top when you get done with it. Definitely a little bit of an advantage to Taylor. And here goes Taylor. Oh, she started to climb up, but not quite balanced. Neither one of them. They've got to weight these things to the opposite side. All right, now they've got it figured out. Maybe. They're both on about step 3 or 4, and all right, Taylor's definitely getting closer than Nicole is at this point. Taylor's got it. She's at the very top. She's going to grab this thing. All right, so Taylor got the first one. Height definitely an advantage on this one. Karen says, different being on here and not watching Reindeer games live. I know, Karen. I'm trying to give you the best I can. Sometimes I'm getting caught up in. Taylor has grabbed her mistletoe, so she's grabbed the first artifact. Nicole is still trying to get up her tower. So, yeah, not looking so good for Nicole. More game to be played, but so now Taylor's going to try to grab the antlers. All right, so the antlers, it's a tower. It's 3 cylinders. The second stacked on top of each other, and they can turn. So the second cylinder can turn, and then the top one can turn. And there's all kinds of slots on these blocks. So it's basically a maze, and the antlers are at the very top. So you've got to maybe manipulate these antlers through the slots in these cylinders. All right. And get it to the very bottom. All right. Nicole is jumping. All right. Nicole grabbed her mistletoe. She took out the tower, but she grabbed the mistletoe. So now she's definitely behind, but now she's going to be on the second phase as well. All right. Taylor, we're cutting to a commercial. Taylor has already gotten her antlers past the first column, or the top column of the three pieces are stacked on top of each other. So halfway through the second competition, something like that. So yeah, Nicole has some work to do. Nicole can fly. Yeah, just like Tinkerbell, right? A little pixie dust here and there. She flew. I call it flying, call it falling, call it fast falling, but they had their little safety harnesses on, so no harm, no foul. Karen Hummer, hey CBS, please hire Cliff to be your comp supervisor. Yeah, I could help him out. Let me do a little commentary and a little design work as well. We could have some fun with it. It was ugly, but Nicole did it. Anna is saying, yeah, again, yeah, we see it on Survivor sometimes as well, where they have to jump out and grab things off of ledges and all that. Sometimes a little short, being a little short, you don't always grab it on your first try. If she had not grabbed it, that would have been the end of it. Having to rebuild that whole tower, I don't think she was stood a prayer. So she did what she had to do to get it and keep on going. Nicole is way behind. Hope she can make it up. Yeah, Tommy, she's got She's got a little work to do. We'll see. We'll find out. All right, let's see. Isn't it funny? The last few competitions, last night and then or Tuesday night and then again tonight, suddenly we have a little bit more comps that maybe benefit someone of height, that involve harnesses and being up at high distances and all. We didn't have that on any of the comps in the beginning, and now suddenly we've got 2 out of the last 3 comps, or 2 out of the last 4, or whatever. Comps have involved basically a little bit of an advantage to someone being a little bit taller. Hey, expect the unexpected and deal with what you got, right? All right. So far, the underdogs have won, so let's go, Nicole. The advantage to Taylor for sure. Yeah, and I think Marilyn, you're probably right. I mean, I was sitting there thinking when you said that, would Nicole be considered the underdog? Probably so. I mean, she's won some competitions, but Taylor at this point in time, I think the assumption is that she probably has a little bit of an advantage over Nicole. But yeah, as we've seen, Nicole's the giant killer. Marilyn Southern, did you watch the Survivor finale? I did. I thought it was fantastic. I think Dee absolutely deserved the win. For those of you who haven't watched it, sorry about that. If from a spoiler standpoint, sorry. But anyway, yeah, I really liked it. I loved it. I loved all 3 that made it to the final. Tim Cox, thank you, sir. I appreciate it so much. I see that super sticker right there. Merry Christmas to you as well. Always fun. I absolutely agree. I have a blast doing these things. So thank you, Tim, for the support. Not requested, but absolutely appreciated. Thanks, sir. I do appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you as well. All right, my guy saying, I hope Nicole can make a comeback. Misfire saying, thoughts on the Survivor finale? Yeah, I'll hold off saying too much more because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. It was just yesterday, but I thought the final 3, I thought the fire making was great, emotional, right? I thought the jury speeches were good. I think one person held back some information until they really could utilize it in that final jury plea, and I think they did a good job doing so. So yeah. Bet they'll call you for the next short season of Big Brother, Amanda's saying. I hope so. That'd be fine with me. Of course, it'll be Valentine's Day or something. Oh, I'd do whatever. I'll be doing a lot of shout outs to Sharon if it's a Valentine's Day competition. I'll be the Cupid floating around. All right, here we go back. We've got Nicole coming in, and as I mentioned before, Taylor about halfway through with her column antler puzzle, it seems like. So first thing Nicole's doing, which Taylor does well, is lining up these 3 columns so that she can see the path that she has to take with these antlers. They are tall columns. They're having to stand on a not a ladder. It's kind of a stairway that goes around this column. They're having a hard time with it. It's not as easy as just guiding this thing down the maze. You have to actually be able to reach it, turn the columns a little bit. As Brittany saying, it's a very difficult maze. They're wearing safety glasses. I think that's pretty funny. I guess those antlers, you don't want to get popped in the eye with. It's got to be for the antlers, right? Nicole grunting away as she handles it. These antlers are not little. They're big, 4 foot across or so. So a little unwieldy to be handling. Taylor's back up on the top column. I think here's the thing. I don't think it's just a matter of starting at the top, working your way down. You've got to work down to the second column, rotate these columns a little bit, work your way back up to the top column, turn it again, and do it. All right, Taylor just finished it up. She's continuing to do it. She just says, I can do puzzles. She's down to her final one. She's got her first bag of snowflakes that she has to balance at this point in time. During my season, it was called Froggy Style. And I didn't compete. One of the very few competitions I didn't compete in. But they had to to balance frogs. In that competition, Sam won it, won veto, and he won a trip to Fiji, which was pretty sharp. Nicole saying that she's not even really sure what to do. She hadn't given up, but she certainly seems like she's a little downtrodden. Meanwhile, we've got Taylor with probably 5 or 6 of these snowflakes. And again, these snowflakes, star-shaped type things, you have to stick them up, going up vertical. And so you're balancing them, all these things just right. All right, Nicole got her antlers done. So win or lose, at least it's going to be both of them doing the final competition together. A few people saying it'd be cool to see me back in the house again. It'd be fun. It'd be a lot of reminiscing going on. But the big question, would I play the game the same way, or would I just do things different just to make it a little more exciting, catch people off guard a little bit again? Maybe a little bit. All right, Nicole's got about 4 or 5 snowflakes up. Taylor changed her strategy. She took all of hers off, it looks like. It's pretty close. I maybe even would say Nicole has the lead, but Taylor has already been doing this for a little while, so she may have a better feel for what's needed. She is certainly having a lot of snowflakes falling off while she's trying to do this. Nicole seems pretty steady on her feet. Who won the competition stacking those little reindeer? That or the gingerbread man? That was is it Frankie or Taylor that won that one? All right, she's got her first. Taylor's got her first bag done, so now she's moved on to her second bag or third bag. No, her third bag. Taylor's looking much better now than she was earlier. Well, just as I say that, and for those of you a little further ahead, just as I say it, her whole thing collapses. Such a frustrating competition. And there goes Nicole's as well. So whatever advantage Taylor had through those first 2 competitions, it's gone now. It's all about this final competition. Play it for $100,000. Whoever can stack this thing first. It's tough. You just want to scream words that you shouldn't be screaming. So difficult. I don't know how to break this game, or how I don't know how to win it other than just perseverance. It seems like you could put a little pressure as you're putting one of these on, put a little pressure to hold everything nice and tight below you, and just keep working your way up. It does look like Taylor has figured out some of these snowflakes fit together tighter than other areas, but they keep falling. So Karen saying this whole Reindeer games has been really tough challenges. I love it. Me too. And they've been different challenges, not what we're used to. Lori H saying, do either of your kids have any desire to be on Big Brother? Yeah, not really. I keep talking to them, said, hey, maybe someday they'll have a blood, like Survivor had blood versus water on. Maybe they'll have all the relatives of people who've already played the game, and y'all could do that. Yeah, now they're busy, careers and other things. If it was offered, maybe they'd consider it, but I'm not sure they're going out of their way to do it. Yeah, you probably are not going to see my version of Suri and Jared in the house together. I'd love it. I think it'd be fun having one of my kids in the house. But yeah, I don't think that's probably going to be happening. They do well. I don't think they'd have. Well, I think they do great on the game. But yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen. All right, let's see. Hope we have this next year. Tina's saying, yeah, I agree. This has been a nice little diversion for a couple of weeks. Nothing too serious. You don't have to get all invested. The live feeds aren't on, so we don't have to be feeling guilty if we aren't watching this thing 24 hours a day. It's just a fun little extra little bit of stuff to watch right before Christmas. All right, Karen's saying, do they have to finish the second puzzle to start the third? Yes, they had to finish the mistletoe, build a tower, then they had to do the antlers, and now they're on the third puzzle, which has 3 bags of snowflakes. So I'm not sure if that's what you're getting at, but yeah, they have to. They had to finish the first 2 before they can build these snowflakes now. All right, let's see. Of course, X would be cheering for Taylor because Nicole took him out. Tommy's saying, yeah, fair enough. When they were in alliance together, when you're in alliance together, even if you don't make it to the end, you typically cheer for, as long as it's not because your alliance partner threw you under the bus. Then maybe a different situation, but that didn't happen in their case. So yeah, I'm not surprised that he's cheering for, as he should. All right, let's see. If I make Big Brother, I'll tell him that tell him you're my dad, Cliff. All right, Chucksters, go for it. I don't know if that'll work to your advantage or disadvantage, but that would be pretty funny if some random person just said that. I would be laughing my head off back here in Houston watching that. And you'd probably immediately become my favorite. So now I don't know what your parents would be thinking about you saying that, laying claim, but yeah, go for it. I'm all on board. All right, let's see. I hope they do this every year. I agree. All right, here we are back. Let's see. Karen said, I'm leaving this chat to watch the ending at home. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you, Karen. Hope you have a fantastic holiday season. All right, here they are stacking again. And again, we see Nicole's falling. And Taylor's falling. Taylor giving a bit of a speech about she's worked too hard. She just lost every single one of them. I keep watching to see if they're going to give one of these 2 a winner's edit that I can predict how they're going to win. And I can't yet. They're both on their third bag. In other words, they've got all the pieces out. Nicole saying some of the heavier snowflakes she's realizing she's going to have to put in the middle. I think you want the heaviest ones at the bottom, right? It seems like you don't want this to be top heavy, so you put the biggest ones at the bottom. And she's making progress. All right, I tell you, Nicole is just now in her third bag. I thought she'd already gotten to 3. All right, the third bag are tiny. I think the tiny little snowflakes, almost just filling the spaces at this point in time. It's looking easier, but all it takes is one slip. But Nicole and Taylor just lost about a third of hers. Nicole is getting close. You've got to start. You've got to start panicking when you. All right, Nicole did it. Nicole won it. There you go, guys. Who would have thought? Oh, props to Nicole. No one expected. I know from the very beginning, probably from episode 1, whenever there was anything, I was saying, yeah, they ought to go up against Nicole. If you want to go forward, pick Nicole. She is probably the biggest underdog of anyone playing this game. The giant killer. She took out yet another strong player. Power to you, Nicole. I am proud of you. It's got to be a little redemption as well. She's probably spent the last few years not feeling so great that Cody cut her loose, that she didn't get her chance to argue before the jury in All Stars. Well, it's not the big money from All Stars, but she won the very first. She's the only Reindeer Games winner so far. Congrats to her. That was a good competition. That was well deserved. And I'm looking at here. It looks like most of y'all are pretty excited about that as well. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay. So Taylor comes in second. She played a heck of a game. I mean, what a comp beast as well. Everyone, even those who went out pretty early, I don't feel like anyone just didn't play a good game this season. It just sometimes it works out that way. All right, David beats Goliath. David Mana is saying, yeah, absolutely. And there you have it, guys. It's 8:00. They'll cut away here pretty quick. I've loved doing this with y'all. Thank y'all so much for sitting in with me. Those of you watching live, those of you watching on replay as well. as they sing along, I'll do the same thing. Well, maybe I won't sing. I'll just say, I wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope y'all have a fantastic, safe Christmas and New Year's. Again, Monday is normally Cliff Notes Live. It's also Christmas Day, Christmas evening. So we may take a little break from that. I hope y'all understand. Have fun with the family and friends and enjoy this Christmas season. It may be worthwhile to suggest that if you haven't already signed up for my YouTube channel and turned on the notifications, this would be a fantastic time to do so, because who knows when there may be an extra little show that shows up, whether covering something else like Reindeer Games or something else. You never know. So sign up, turn on notifications, do that. Now, I will still be doing, even though Reindeer Games is over, even though I may not be doing the show on this coming up Monday, Christmas Eve night, I'll still be doing Cliff Notes Live throughout the off season. I expect to be doing it on New Year's Day. January 1st, we'll be doing Cliff Notes Live that evening. If you can join me then, that'd be fantastic as we kick off 2024 in style. And then we'll cover it through Big Brother Canada, into the Big Brother season, and whatever else comes along. We may be looking at Survivor or something else. I just don't know yet. Any suggestions you've got are certainly recommended. But guys, y'all have a fantastic Christmas. Thank you for joining me. This is fun. We'll have to do more live watching of different shows somehow, somewhere. So y'all throw some ideas at me, and I'm all for it. All right, guys, I'm gonna shut it down. Merry Christmas to all of y'all. A big old ho ho ho. Stay safe, stay warm, and I will see y'all here before too long at all. Cheers, my friends. And I'll finish it off with a big old SKD 143 and a big old ho 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 ho. Merry Christmas.